Hello and welcome back to another Understand Your Buyer video. In this video, we're talking about the pay what you want effect. So what is it? Well, this is usually used for charitable offerings. So in here, the example and the thing that inspired this was the Poppy Appeal, which we have here in the UK. So it's usually used for charitable offerings. Allowing buyers to choose how much they pay or how much they donate can often mean they pay more than perhaps you expected them to. How does it work? Well, it works because of guilt and peer pressure, if nothing else. When you buy a Poppy, for example, in the UK, and you ask how much it costs, they don't really tell you how much it costs. They ask you to make a donation of what you can afford. Now, you're quite unlikely to pick a low number because you don't want to be rude and you don't want to embarrass yourself. So you wouldn't say, well, I'm going to give you a shiny 1 penny coin for that Poppy. Thanks very much. You want to be as generous as possible. You don't want to pick a low number because it implies you're poor or you're cheap or both. So you end up finding yourself overpaying because of this issue of peer pressure and kind of implied guilt. And also in the case of a charitable donation, you want to give as much as possible. That's the name of the game, and that's of course why they do it. If they said to you that the Poppy was £5, then you're unlikely to buy it. Wow, that's really expensive. But if you said, look, any donation you want, in the spur of the moment, you might say, oh, I'll give you £5 for that. Thanks very much. So you've paid the same, but your route there has been very, very different. And again, this comes back to the notion of, as a buyer, or a donor in this case, being in control. If you tell me you're going to donate £5, that's far more attractive to you than if I tell you you have to donate £5. So how can you use it? Well, this is of course a risky proposition for commercial ventures where you've got quite considerable costs and people may actually choose to pay just a penny or a pound because they want to take advantage of you. But certainly for charitable endeavors, this works very, very well. But just consider this going forward. Is it appropriate to ask people what they want to pay for your offering and to let them to choose? Because more often than not, people say a slightly higher number than perhaps you expect them to because they don't want to embarrass themselves. So that's the pay what you want effect. Allowing buyers to choose how much they pay can produce some interesting results. Well, that's it for another Understand Your Buyer video. And if you like this kind of stuff, then you'll definitely like the book, which you can buy at understandyourbuyer.com.